I know that we've had conversations about authenticity, you know, brands like Cheesecake Factory, for instance, making things that are definitely not Mexican and definitely not Indian or Asian or, you know, Chinese, Japanese in any way. So how do you approach this, Aneesa? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm most offended when I see places like Cheesecake Factory or places that have no connection to the culture, or that are doing that food then. And having traveled and having eaten food all over the world, if I eat something at Cheesecake Factory, which is supposed to be Indian, let's say, because I'm more familiar with that food, that really upsets me. So, I think that going back to the point that Trevon made and Eric made, it's, what is your connection to that culture and how are you representing that food and what are you doing to educate the people who are consuming your food? And I think for the most part, people like us who are operating smaller operations and in a local community and can have these one-on-one conversations with our guests, I think we do try, and we're trying to do that on a daily basis. I think the larger conversation is bigger brands and bigger companies who are doing this, who really are the core problem. They aren't actually doing the culinary appropriation. They are profiting from Indian food. Nothing that Cheesecake Factory makes remotely resembles Indian food. I don't care what they have to say about it, but that's how they present it. They're profiting from it, and that's very upsetting. So I think that's what it goes back to: is what is the context and how are they able to do this, whereas somebody like a real Indian chef cooking real Indian food in a restaurant is not getting the same kind of love and attention because they're actually doing something that's authentic. Anecdotally, when my parents opened their Indian restaurant about 15 years ago, they scrapped the menu from the previous owners and brought in a lot of traditional South Indian food that we are used to eating. And it just, people just didn't take for it. People were like, where's the chicken tikka masala? That kind of stuff, which is not even Indian. It's really interesting.